Yay Media Group.
We are in complementary colors.
We are in complementary colors. I'm like, we just always are on some, same wavelength. Like, what the hell is going on?
I really, really enjoy it. Yeah, I thought about maybe leaning towards orange, but I saw this shirt was clean. Actually, you know what I was thinking about this morning
is that
like,
what part of life you're in? You're just like, this thing on the floor clean?
I just got back to Denver like within the last week. The last time y'all saw me, I was in New York. I got back to Denver and had got a new roommate. And I love it because like she's awesome. I love her, and it's nice to not be the only feminine energy in the house for fucking once.
Oh, that's nice. Well, because your last roommate was he like some butch straight guy or something?
No, it's not even that he's butch. It's just that like. I've mostly lived with other faggots over my adulthood, and like I like it because I need the community, and also I've never been rich enough to
That's so real.
But like she moved in. I also like just cleaned out an old storage unit, which is where this sexy shirt came from. So like literally we are in my music studio, which is the only place in my house, like the only 10 square feet of my life that is clean and or quiet.
I was wondering, I was like, where's the Doug pillow? Like, where's the normal setup?
I'm literally sitting on his face right now.
Of course.
Wait, how are you? What's good with you, girl?
Oh my God. I feel like I'm pretty good. I've sort of I kind of have been feeling like I've been drowning with the amount of work that I've just been saying yes to and just keep going and trying to elevate and do more. And there's this just like, I woke up this morning just feeling like silly putty, like stretched thin to its like complete degree. But overall, I'm so excited about like always coming out to hang out with you and like do the show. You know, we're back. Welcome to another episode of Highkey. We're already in it. And I'm actually very, very excited about there's feels like there's a lot of energy around like a lot of pop culture stuff that's going on that I'm very excited about, like the Met Gala being one of those things. And so I think we'll talk a little bit about that. And then of course today I think we're going to talk about our reactions around All Stars.
Oh yeah.
Do you have thoughts? Save them. Excited?
I always have thoughts on. I have shit to talk
Since
about.
You had a lot of shit to say about bitches who go back on All Stars.
Yeah, and I still do. I actually listen. I love Drag Race. I think Drag Race is the most important thing, and I like All Stars. But that's the thing is I like it. It's like eating candy. It's like, ooh, yum, this is fun. And then you eat too much of it and the doctor's like, you have ass cancer. This was really bad and you knew that while you were eating.
And you knew it wasn't good. You knew the reason why you're bloated. You knew this is like gluten for you. But no, yeah, it's actually that there's not much there's probably so much that I could complain about. I just also, going back to your roommate POV, I just don't think I could ever live with anyone ever again. Like, I did it for so long, and I just don't think, I remember it being like a source of like resentment to like, I was living with my best friend, and you just get to know someone in a real way when you live with them.
Okay, but see, that's exactly why I was thinking about this recently. That's exactly why I don't understand this inherent desire most of us have to be like, I just really eventually want to find that one person who I spend the rest of my life with. I'm like, do you really want to like find somebody who you like wake up with every day and share the same space? Because you're not me. You're not in a long distance horror relationship with some fat cock lawyer. You are with Brad from your high school or whatever. And you guys, you're going to get to know him, every inch of him, to the point where like all the things that you loved about him from the start are now just things you appreciate. You're like, oh yeah, he's got a butt, but all I ever see from that butt is farts.
Yeah, I just don't see, I totally agree with you. Like, I just don't see the the win of like living with someone besides like, I don't know, having someone else walk my dog when I don't feel like it. Yeah, maybe. But like, to be honest, I have realized and this is something I've always known about myself. It's just, I really cherish the ability of being able to isolate when I don't feel like talking to someone. Like even my one of my really close friends, my best friend actually, like kind of got onto me because I was just like not picking up the phone when he was calling. But to be honest, it was because one, I was actually genuinely busy. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't have any extra room or space to want to like talk.
You don't have to though.
And I don't.
I know this was like a high key from a few weeks ago, but I'm still so high key on let people have their fucking space and time, especially because like, it's what we all seek. I was in this restaurant a couple days ago that's like been around in Denver for decades, 40 years. And it used to be this space that I had these memories of like going in, and it's actually just a cafeteria. You can't like sit in there. You just get your food, you leave and you go to the park next door. But it used to be this space where people like had to uncomfortably face the fact that we are all here and hungry. And I was like one of the few people who wasn't on their phone, and I felt so weird being like a serial killer, being like, you know what? I'm just going to fidget and dance the old fashioned way. Like, I don't want to look at you guys either. I don't want to talk to you either, bitch. I think we all have this inherent desire and need to be surrounded and close with other people and left the fuck alone.
Well, right. I mean, there's nothing more special than the ability of being able to like have a relationship with someone where they can literally just come and sit on your couch and it's just silence.
Oh, it's so fucking hot.
It's one of the realest signs of like closeness and realness that I think we're really missing more of. And I just simply sometimes feel a lot of the pressures of feeling like I have to like talk to people, or like I have to like, you know, be energized to like continue the relationship. Cause that is a part of like, you know, pouring into a relationship or a friendship. Like you have to sort of have those moments where you have to be active in it. Like you have to show up for folks. But like, I think also a part of that is realizing, yeah, bitch, can you just accept me at where I'm at? And like, I don't necessarily, it's okay if we don't talk for like 3 or 4 days. You know, I'm like, that's
3
fine.
or 4 days, bitch. I'm like 3 or 4 months. And I am talking I'm talking about family. I do feel like this like ever present guilt in my head for not being connected, for not being able to like follow through on every single commitment. And then I remember how much of a whore my heart has always been. Like, if you love a lot of people and if you are loved by a lot of people, like it's going to be painful to know that you aren't ever like getting to be somebody's consistent anything. That like, unfortunately, you wear too many hats. And I think the sooner we accept that we're all just whores in our heart, we all just love so many people, and we're all very tired, and we all want to be in that restaurant around people, and we all want to be left alone on our phones. Like, girl, it makes it easier.
No, it does. And it's so interesting because, like, I was telling my mom that I was going out of town, you know, to celebrate a friend's birthday for the weekend, and it just so happens to also fall during Mother's Day. And I haven't been home to, like, wherever my mom is now home because she no longer lives in Nashville, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't been back home since like maybe 2023. And I didn't realize that until she's like sort of brought it up more and more. But unfortunately, my mom is like sort of like, she works in higher ed and she like lives in small towns and she's not a part of like, which I doubt any mother really is. She's not allowing me to be like, okay, I want to stay in a hotel room instead of staying at your place. Is that okay? So I can have my own space. All hell breaks loose. And I'm just like, I don't envision myself out of the small amount of time that I get when I decide I'm actually going to like go on a little bit of a vacation, turn up with friends and feel guilt-free about it. I'm not necessarily going to choose that time to go to like bumfuck Florida where there's nothing that I can do besides yes, spend time with you, but the only real things is like go to the movie theater and go to a restaurant that I probably don't really want to eat at.
Okay, see, but that's what I think happens to maybe to like our loved ones when they get older is they move out to like weird bumfuck places because they no longer want to be around the people all the time, and then they're like, okay, but you're my child forever. I love you. You have to come spend a day out in the tumbleweeds with me. I'm going to trap you again. You never get to leave this house.
Bitch, my mom wants me to be there for like 4 weeks. If she had her way, I would spend a month there and she would just be so fine with it. And I'm like, I get it. And sometimes I feel bad. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a bad child. But also I'm like, I don't necessarily want to spend my time like that. And there's always so many, she's not going to be happy either way. If I decide to come and then I decide to go like, try to do something on my own, she's going to be like, well, why are you not spending time with me? And then if I don't do that and if I decide to go stay in a hotel, well, why are you not staying at the house? What's the problem? So it's always going to be something. And so I feel like I have to choose at some point.
It's the psychology, girl. It's the psychology of like the fact that I don't think enough people talk about how toxic being a parent is. And yes, it is the hardest job in the world and it requires the most love and the most patience and commitment. But especially if you intentionally are out here having children and then deciding to have relationships with them as adults, you're probably a toxic person.
That's why I don't know if I want to have kids. I'm always so back and forth of like on the kids thing because I'm like, I don't know if I necessarily want to spend time with you if I don't feel like it.
More than that, I think what's interesting to me is there's this idea of like power, control, like and freedom. That are all at play there. You're a kid and you want to get out of your parents' house because you hate their rules. And they have these like rules that are like, while you're living here, you follow them. Absolutely. Even if you don't believe in them, even if they're wrong, even if they will get you bullied at school or whatever, like these are how we operate. And then like you move out into the real world, you see how hard it is no matter what. And you like start creating a life for yourself, especially now when we do have so much going on like in the tip of our hands. Yeah.
Which is what they want for us. Like that's ultimately what you want. And so it's always so interesting when you end up like achieving those goals that parents want you to have. And then they're sort of like, well, wait, where's the room left for me? Like, where's the space? And I'm like,
and that's why I said that shit's toxic because they just really want you to come. They want everybody is so selfish because they're out here being like, yeah, I just want kids because I want to like pass on that love. And I think I have a lot of lessons to teach to the world. And also I want somebody to take care of me when I'm old. That is manipulative. You're telling my entire purpose on this planet.
It's not fair.
Is to wipe your ass because you birthed me and then wipe mine for a couple of years.
And no shade. Why would I also want to go somewhere and I love my mom, clearly. But why would I also want to go somewhere where I fully can't be myself?
Where you can't be you, girl.
Like, why would I want to spend time in that space? And like, here's the thing. I've already done so much adjusting to the fact that like, this person is who this person is and I'm meeting them where they're at. And like, it is what it is. But I'm not going to spend the time that I have just like forcing myself to sort of like be the person that you can't get over that I'm just not.
Right, girl. No, this is like once again, just like I love you so much and I want the best for you and I want our connections and stuff. But like, I think part of why I actually really do love my relationship with my parents is like they meet me halfway. They'll come to the gay club and be like, see, I saw you. And then they'll like, I'll go shoot guns with like people with my 8th cousins or whatever out in the middle of nowhere. And we meet each other in these spaces where we know the other person is like, what the fuck?
Well, that's why I feel like the holidays exist. The holidays literally exist for that sort of meet you halfway moment where you're just like, I've spent majority of the year being able to sort of like live in the ways that I want to live. In the holidays, I will give you 3 to 4 days where we can just be immersed in all of your shit, and I will conform or whatever to whatever you need to feel completely comfortable and create the memories that matter to you. Not necessarily that matter to me, but that matter to you.
Okay, did your mom ever like say this? Did you grow up with one of these moms who's like, no, not on Christmas? Like would put so much like stress, or like, can't we just be a family for Thanksgiving?
Oh, absolutely. In some way, I think, it's so funny. Like, my mom is a woman who just loves memories, and I think I think that's all parents, right? I think parents will really cherish the memories, especially as they're getting older and things like that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I feel like, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I sometimes feel like those memories are warped because they're not the same for me. There, some of the feelings that she may feel of like happiness and joyfulness around them, I may have a certain memory around that same experience, that same event, and just be reminded of all the things that like triggered me, or like felt like I was sort of like in my own box just trying to navigate. It's not the same thing. And so it's like, how can we make new memories together in our fully realized selves of who we are now, that allow us to come to the table to be complete human beings. And like, those are the memories that I want to like remember, but I don't know if we've gotten there just yet, because a lot of those things, it's like my mom just like obsessing over me when I was 12 or like 6. And I'm just like,
well, cause they like remember that. And I think I've talked with Doug a lot about this as we watch our parents get older and grasp the concept that they are reflections of our mortality and vice versa. But it's like, I get the memories do make me happy because they remind me that there were like these good things, that like there is this connection and this warmth. They also make me so sad though. Like, especially because it's like, oh, that's like what we have. We are built on a system of memories of things I'll never be again. Like, I'm not.
We'll never be a kid anymore. Like, we'll never. Those are set. That was a set moment in time that we'll just not. We're never going to repeat. And
I'll always be your baby, and I can like cosplay and hug you and spend time with you and stuff. But also, you are my mommy and daddy, but I got a lot of other childrens out here now.
And this is a very nuanced conversation, because I think a lot of times when relationships with your parents that are complicated and that feel like, I've been very open around what that sort of has looked like on the show. And I think that is what's informing me, because at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are like, well, you're going to miss your mother when she's gone. And hell,
will.
Yes, I will. I love my mom. I love her deeply. She's so inspiring to me in so many ways, but she's also my most painful trigger. Girl. And I have to balance and handle that understanding as I've gotten older, with like knowing and picking and choosing when I want to pick up the phone, when I want to go visit, and when I want to share like my mental space with her.
Especially because I know she's gonna die someday, so you're like, oh my god, the girl. Every time I think about my parents, all I think about is like, they're gonna die. You spoiled little brat. You should be spending right now being miserable with them. I like how we were like, yeah, let's talk about Drag Race and let's talk about the Met Gala, and then go into family therapy, bitch. We needed to get this out.
We needed to get it out. But when we're back, we are talking about the Met Gala. I want to know your thoughts around the Met Gala. Honestly, I'm surprised that you have not been, there's been a few sightings of queens that have been on that carpet. Why the fuck have you not been on that list? So we got a lot to dive in on. We're talking about the Met Gala and so much more coming up next. Highkey. We are back. Let's talk about the Met Gala, which this year's theme is all about fashion is art. I want to know your initial thoughts around the Met Gala. Have you been a watcher? Have you been a lover? What has the Met Gala meant to you as just like a fan first?
So it only started existing for me like in the last decade or so. I don't know. Like, I don't really like. I'm not gonna play like I'm too cool for school and like don't care and this and that, because the only thing I really cared about the big award shows and stuff growing up was seeing their fancy, cool outfits. And I have no idea what the Met Gala is other than like celebrities and rich people dressing up and missing the theme because there aren't enough faggots. And then faggots getting invited a couple of times, eating, and then maybe doing a little too much.
Right. Right.
So I love it. I just like have no serious feelings about it, especially because it's become this like conversation point for online social justice bullshit. It's like in the last 5 or so years, people have started being like, yeah, it's evil if you go, and like it's evil to be associated with these people. I'm like, bitch, it is evil to be in the entertainment industry. It is evil to be on TikTok. Like, girl, once you start realizing that like the dick you're sucking is like the same one you're sticking in people's mouths. Like,
yeah. I mean, as like a fashion enthusiast myself, I feel like the Met Gala was always very exciting. I mean, if you haven't watched the documentary on Netflix, The First Monday in May, I think everyone needs to, because it's just such a beautiful like documentary that shows the process, and I think it specifically highlights that like, you know, iconic Rihanna moment, the big beautiful yellow gown that everyone talks about, and like Andre Leon Talley just in the background, you know, literally narrating that beautiful moment. But like for me, it was always sort of like, oh my God, like, to be a fly on the wall, to be in the room where it happened, it was like, it used to be like a goal of mine. I didn't know what that sort of looked like, but I just knew I needed to say like, in my career, I need to have that sort of like checked off of my bucket list. And
do you still feel that way?
I think I still do. I do still feel that way in a lot of ways. Like there's a moment of like access that I think comes with that space, of course, right? When you're surrounded with all these people that you've either sort of admired or you've watched on, you know, TV, film, you know, like it expands. Like the Met Gala was always such a cultural tentpole moment. It actually had it was such a centerpiece in a lot of ways. And I feel like as the years have gone on, and I think a lot of the complaints around this year specifically with like who's on the chair or who's a sponsor. I mean, Jeff Bezos and like, you know, his wife are also like, they put in a lot of money to be a co-chair
like,
and a
girl,
sponsor.
You're mad that rich people are a part of something that literally comes from the word metropolitan and gala. Neither of those are poor people words.
It's not mad at rich people, because plenty of rich people are part of it. I think a lot of like the accusations have like led to like the Met Gala is more so becoming more about, of course, and maybe there's an argument that said it always was about this, but it's like the Met Gala was becoming more about wealth than like fashion or like cultural influence. Well, and it was always like, who really wants to fucking see Jeff Bezos? Like,
okay,
let's be honest.
no. He's supposed to be like Gatsby and The Great Gatsby or whatever. You know, you're supposed to. Like, we need our billionaires. If you are going to exist at all on this planet, you need to take notes from your fucking ancestors, the old evil rich people, and start using your money to throw really fucking dope parties for everybody else, and then you hide.
You don't go.
I don't see your face. You stand in a corner and you put on your little green light and hope that like some woman out there will like that you are rich. Yeah. And then you pay artists to do all the cool things that they do.
But now they want to be in the center of the conversation. They want their face everywhere, which is so annoying to me. And then also like, I feel like this year's Met Gala is going to be so like bad, absent, crunchy, in a lot of way. Like the theme is fashion is art, and Zendaya won't be there. Bella Hadid won't be there. I am really excited about Beyonce co-chairing. I'm interested in seeing if this is going to be, you know.
Wait, Beyonce's co-chairing?
Yeah, she's co-chairing, which is really exciting. Like, I mean, to be quite honest, and this is no shade, Beyonce has only had one successful Met for me. As far as outfit choices, she's not a style queen. She's not a style queen. We know that, and it's okay. I'm still a fan.
When you say that, you're speaking directly to Tina.
No, I'm trying, you know, and the gag is when Tina was overseeing her fashion, like she never was invited to the Met Gala. It was post after all of that where she became, you know, Beyonce, and she started to get invited. So there's no shade. I don't know if that's saying something louder, but I do think it's just interesting. Do you think there's a place where all of the protesting that is happening around the Met Gala, is it sort of like taking away the fun that simply was just watching this really theatrical event happen in real time? Because sometimes I'm like, can I just like unplug and just watch the arrivals and like wonder what's happening inside the room? Why does there necessarily need to be this strong protest angle to like literally everything?
Well, that's what I was saying, is it's like it is a little bit frustrating. I was thinking about this recently, about how growing up I always wanted to be like a successful artist. I wanted to be an infamous artist. I didn't necessarily like want to be famous. I just knew that I was a fucking star.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can draw. I can do backflips. I can sing. You guys watch the fuck out. I'm not hot, but my dad is, which means there's a chance.
We haven't brought your hot dad up in a very long time, so I know.
So like, I didn't necessarily like have a desire to be in these spaces, but I do have this bratty mindset of like, yeah, bitch, I deserve to. So when drag queens were starting to be invited, there was this feeling of like, I would love to be in that room, but I'm also not the kind of person they invite to those things. And I'm not the kind of person who operates in those spaces, because
well, it's a little mainstream for you, right? Like
it's not even that it's mainstream.
You've always wanted to not be mainstream.
It's not even about mainstream. It's just that like these spaces, there is an energy in there of like people just wanting to be important together. Yeah. Which like, great. I understand it. I did Drag Race. I get that feeling. Like I've done so much, but like there also has to be a little bit of fucking life left. And it's like going to a birthday party when you don't know that many of that friend's friends. Like if you are forced to be in a room with like their 30 white bitch friends you've never met before, and you're like,
oh, I would thrive.
And which Casey or Katie are you?
I would thrive. Oh. I love. Throw me in a room where I don't know anybody, I'm meeting at least 70.
I mean, but that's the thing is I'm tired of meeting people. I'm like, yeah, it is output for me because you guys are fucking boring and you guys are just like mingling around in fashion that means nothing to you.
Well, see, and it's a yes and, because my thing is you sort of are, because it's the Met Gala is such a huge thing, you are sort of like preparing yourself for this one specific moment. So when it's like lights, camera, action, you are on your game plan. Yes, you are seeing through a lot of the bullshit and like understanding like, oh, this is sort of like maybe gross in the grand, like larger
it's not even that it's gross.
But it's just so fucking cool to be involved.
No, it is. So cool. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would still love it. It's just, I can no longer like bullshit I can no longer bullshit myself about like the dreams of what being rich and famous would feel like. Like I've gotten to see it. I've met famous people. I've been famous to a lot of people. I've been rich to a lot of people. Yeah. I've met people who are very rich to me. And the more a space is like about that, about like the sort of like clout chasing and peacocking instead of the being there, the less I enjoy it. It's actually why one of my favorite things I've done post Drag Race is like, I am so proud I've ever gotten to walk in New York Fashion Week. It is so cool because childhood me wanted to be a model so fucking badly. I worked to do it and never got really anywhere until post Drag Race, and went and like liked what I was a part of, loved the designer, loved that experience, but like going out to like different shows and like trying to get into after parties that my name was supposed to be on the list for, like shit like that. It's just like, it's about projecting your insecurities in a way that you don't have any. And I'm like, that is so fucking whack to me. So I would love to go, but I would love to find the 3 weirdos in the corner who like snuck a blunt in.
See, and that's, I would do a similar thing, because here's the thing. I think when I first moved to LA, I think one of the quick things that I learned was like sort of like what it meant to have some sort of social capital. Like, and I think it goes beyond just like what you sort of learn in high school when you like know someone is like hella popular and like everyone just wants to be around them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what does that look like in like real life, in the real world? And especially in a system that is so based off of like superficial, like relationship building. And I think when I first moved out to LA, and I somehow sort of just really clocked what all of that was about, and like how, and saw immediately through it, and was able to see like, you know what? Like, these people actually don't give a fuck who I am unless they need a reason to give a fuck about who I am. And I think for me, once I clocked that, I was able to sort of be like, oh, I'm going to navigate who I want to talk to, how I'm going to navigate this space, and not really give a fuck about all the sort of like insecurities that are being thrown at me, our perceptions, our perspectives that people are sort of like trying to uphold because they feel like they have to be this way in this space. And so I think when I think about, if there's ever a world, I doubt there will be, but there's ever a world where I get to be in that space.
You deserve to. You are so fucking fashionable.
Oh, well, that's sweet. That's sweet.
That's a part of your brand too, girl. Like, that's also why I didn't go, is people still, one of my big bitter points is that when people love to classify drag queens on Drag Race as different types of queens. Yeah. I never got called a fashion queen. And I'm like, I'm sorry that my fashion is art.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is why they stole me for the Met Gala this year.
That's why I'm like, you actually would fit it perfectly in that space, because I feel like the Met Gala has always been that place at one point, and maybe it's sort of changed, but like where the weird cool kids could just wear the thing that like not necessarily be looked at as fashion. But in this space, it's bigger, the better. Like the more extreme, the more storytelling you can do in your garment, like that is a part of the experience. And so it's like, I know if I was to ever be in that space, I would be able to navigate it in the ways that I've been able to navigate anything. Like, I would gravitate to the people that I did not think that was full of shit. I would probably find the cool, like the black folks in the corner that I actually fucked with and just spent the entire night with them, versus like having to mingle and be like, oh, I don't really feel like dealing.
See, that's why I said, like, that energy you were talking about when you moved to LA, girl, like, we've got it where you know how to navigate. I just don't want to. Most people are boring. However, this is actually my way of saying, I don't care what people have to bitch about the Met Gala. I think it's cool. It's dope. Yeah. I love it. Like, who cares? It's a bunch of evil people dressing up for whatever causes or virtue signaling or whatever it's turned into. It's about people who want to take a really cool picture and a really cool look once. And if you're going to hate on any like celebrities, this, that, honestly, Jeff Bezos for wanting that, you have to hate every queen who's ever walked on Drag Race, because bitch, none of us ever really think about the challenges. Usually we're like, girl, you feel confident about going on that show because you know you could survive some challenges, but every girl is like, ooh, but I'm so excited for a runway. I would wear this and that. What do the fans remember? The runways. And like,
and granted, there are people who are protesting it for good reason, and I totally get it. And I think I'm most definitely aligned with the reasons why people are protesting it. But I also think the people that are dedicating their sort of resources in their life to the protesting work. I do think there's a larger sector of people who just want to be a part of like the hot take, sort of critique of it. But honestly, if they were to get the opportunity to go,
like, girl,
they
if you
would
got
be first
the
in line.
invite, that's what's so like annoying about everyone about being online too much is like, girl, we are all just a bunch of fucking hypocrites sometimes because like you can be
it's a part
mad.
of the human experience, low key. It's complex and it's new. Like I just wish we had more of an ability to hold all of these things, like, and understand, like, okay, yes, maybe we shouldn't be, we should be looking at this and moving into, we should be changing our cultural view around this thing, but like,
and that's how shit happens. Eventually, like that's how the things that you and I used to love and express became cringe.
I will
Culture
say,
changes, girl.
I saw The Devil Wears Prada, too, and it was just so good.
Thank God. I'm so scared. I haven't seen it yet, but you gave me like heart palpitations. I was not ready for another Wicked 2 in my life.
No, I think the sequel is pretty solid. I can't wait for you to get for you to see it. I think the sequel's pretty solid. I think it talks about the state of journalism in a real way, in a perfect way that I think is very reflective of the times that we're in, and sort of like the people who use money to try to be like visionaries or cultural change makers when that's just not their job. Like there's a line in this that I'm just going to say that is just so everything. Someone said, you want to be a visionary, but you're actually just a vendor. And I said, bitch, you ate that, because that's what a lot of people think, that they want to be a visionary, but they are just a vendor. They are just someone that is like partaking in a trend, and you just don't have the ability to do that. And the more people that understand that they don't have that ability, it doesn't come natural to them, instead of forcing it, the better we might be.
And I think that is actually such a hot line, because that shows you why some people are just like such fantastic, talented, passionate human beings, and have very bad social media presence.
Literally, very bad. Very bad. Absolutely. I'm excited to see everybody at the Met Gala, but we need to take a little bit of a short break so we can come back and talk about the All-Stars 11 casting. I need to know your thoughts. Highkey.
Oh my God, thank God.
I mean, I know you hate All-Stars, but we have to talk about it.
I don't even hate All-Stars. This is what I was saying, girl, is like, I like All-Stars where it's at, because it feels like the product that it is, where All-Stars, when it started, was literally these select girls who like had very like all-star feelings, whatever you want to fucking call that, in a relatively small pool of queens. It obviously can't stay that way as the franchise grows, and as there are more and more queens, and as there is an all-stars every year. It is never going to mean the same thing as it was. So my bitch isn't about that. I actually like that now it feels like the vendor. It feels like the vendor.
I am excited, question mark, about this season. I think All-Stars for me was always such a special moment, because like when the concept of All-Stars came up into like the reality competition moment, it's because we hadn't seen these contestants for a minute, and like they were able to either like go off and be even more horrible, or come back and have a complete transformation. And they sort of took everything that they've learned and brought it back to this competition and served. And I think we've seen that in past seasons of All-Stars. And I think potentially with, they for the past couple of seasons of All-Stars, they've been like, they have a new format and they're revamping it. But for me, I didn't even finish the Ginger Minge season, because
I didn't either.
I was over it. I was like, I did not like the new format. And so I don't know if this cast for me is selling the excitement of like locking in and like watching these group of queens, because some folks felt like they were just on our screens, and did they really have a ton of time to like go back? But then there's others like Vivacious and oh my God, and who else am I thinking of?
Morgan's on. Is Mystique on, or am I just making that up?
No, Mystique is on.
Okay, yeah, because them two, they had the iconic, like, bitch, I'm from Chicago. You need to fix your mug.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some of those oat queens.
Well, because that has the feeling of All Stars, where you're like, oh, that was a pop culture moment. I think the novelty of it comes with the fact that, like, there was this sort of finiteness in a Drag Race story. Like, you got sad when these girls got eliminated because that was their chance on reality TV. You're like, oh no. Like, if one of your favorites went home, it was heartbreaking because and this is how you feel. For them. Yeah, when you're in that competition, you feel the finality of it too. You're like, oh no, I can't go home. My best friend went home. My drag mother went home, and it is heartbreaking because this was the shot. And I think the illusion kind of gets shattered with All Stars because, like you said, they pump it full of really anybody who will say yes. And that's not me being better, because I said yes, and I would probably say yes again. I would treat it like it is, which is like a chance to go back on TV, girl. Like,
well, your season 11 queens are on. Your sisters are on there. So Silky and Akira, are you excited about seeing them on screens again? Even though Silky just did Canada versus the World, which was so interesting that they didn't even acknowledge it. They were just like, yeah, she did all these other things, but they completely just like didn't even mention it. I was like, work.
Listen, I love Silky, and I love Akira. Like, I just don't care. Like, I don't care because winning All Stars doesn't mean anything, and I also don't think they're going to. Like, that's how I feel about All Stars, is like, oh sis, you're going back to like show the fans something. That's the kind of shit I care about. Is I hope that the girls who go back are going back for like the reasons that count, you know, like if you haven't been on TV in a minute, go the fuck back. If you want to show people a new skill you actually learned since being on the show, and you didn't just go back still not knowing how to sew, sing, act, dance, whatever. Like, sure, girl, go back. Most of these girls, most of the franchise is not that. We are all people who are willing to say yes with an opportunity to get on TV. So I hope Silk does well. I hope Akira does well. I honestly am mostly curious to see Suga, because I'm like, that bitch has not existed at all in the culture at all.
Wait, she was on your season 2?
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, because she got wiped out of the season because every time she would come out of... Girl, it was wild. Every time she would come out of the confessional booth, she'd be like... Girl, I didn't tell them nothing, girl. They were asking me about this and that, girl. And I was like, I'm not going to talk shit. I'm not going to do this.
Which was dumb.
Which was hilarious because she had like 3 minutes of airtime on the fucking show. And it was the like few things she would talk about in the confessional. So it's like, more to my point. I'm excited for all these bitches, but I just don't care.
I mean, I really care about Crystal Method and Dawn, though. I sort of love them as like really just like their drag has always just felt so innovative to me. And I'm really excited about those two. I thought Sam Starr looked a fool when she came, like when they showed her.
I was so excited to see her look a fool, though. I was like, oh my God, y'all, we are for real bringing back mall drag. Look how choppity she is.
Like, what is this? And I'm also really excited about Morgan McMichaels. She is someone that I've like been able to like spend time with, especially during my radio days. And like, she's just so warm and wonderful. And I hope this moment for her is pretty like damn worth it for her third time as a charm moment. And so I'm very excited to see her back on the screen because one, she's just so great. And I'm, like I said, it's a good cast.
That's what I'm really excited for as like seeing the queens I haven't seen in a minute, because this is like a chance to be like, oh wow, what have you like done? What do you do now? How do you fit into what Drag Race has become? Like, how can you beat these challenges or whatever? And I don't know. It's just, I guess with a lot of the newer queens, even the ones who I'm more rooting for or whatever, I just like, it doesn't feel like it's a competition where may the best woman win. So it's like, it's like, girl, I don't know. Like I really am excited to see Crystal and Dawn's like runways, and I'm excited to see her in challenges and shit. But also, like, am I gonna riot if she doesn't win? No. Am I going to be super joyous if she does win? Probably not, because we're gonna have to get through a lot of crunchy bullshit flip-flop TV editing, girls acting, and then a few bitches soaking it up.
I probably won't be watching consistently.
That's exactly it. It's like I have to watch Drag Race. It like is in my soul to watch Drag Race. All Stars, I'm like, yeah, I like to watch it. It's back. It's Candy Girl.
Yeah. We'll just see how it all plays out. We'll be talking about it more and more, maybe when special things happen. But when we're back, we'll give you our high keys of the week. Bye.
Hell yeah.
High key. Okay, we're back. We got our high keys. You go first, though. What are you high key about, Yvie?
Okay, this is like a little wild, considering we still have half a month until rainbow is a battleground color.
We go to war with pride. I still feel so unprepared. I don't know how every year it comes at the same time and still unprepared.
I'm exhausted, scared for it. I like have been doing all this scheduling shit for it, and just yesterday, like, was talking to my roommate, and she was like, "Yeah, blah blah blah," and I'm having this look made for Pride, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm scheduling all these things that I don't know what tasteless rainbow naked skin showing outfits I'm going to be wearing," and literally, like, panicked about something else.
I don't even know either.
So I'm going to get this started early this year. I am high key about kink at Pride. Suck my fucking dick. Like
you're saying suck your dick at Pride.
Yeah, and also like in the metaphorical, like I'm just really in love with being a deviant. I'm really in love with the fact that, like, being queer means that I deserve the same fucking rights as boring Brenda next door, but I don't have to be boring Brenda next door. That means that I can live my life how I want, especially when we live in a world, in a country, in a good Christian country, that tells you have to drown your baby for 30 seconds for them to be able to have Jesus in their heart for the rest of their life. Like, girl, let me express the things that make us radical, because Pride is and always has been a protest. And I think there's been like a good decade of change that we had where maybe some of that meaning got lost in all the corporate sponsorship and everyone like being like, yeah, I bring my kids to the Pride Parade because I want to show them that gay people are cool and fun.
Yeah.
But like, this is a fucking fight. And every time I suck a dick, every time I kiss a man, every time I crisscross dress, every time I yes sis and wear the color pink, I'm fucking fighting. And a big part of that is being a fucking deviant, loving sex and loving the word fuck. So kink at Pride.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to be boring Brenda. Yes, be BDSM Brenda.
Yeah, be dominatrix Diane. What are you high key about? Hopefully something more family friendly.
Maybe. If you consider Lizzo to be family friendly, I think she kind of is, and I think that's a lot of the arguments that I'm like high key annoyed about. You know, Lizzo just released her new single. She has a new album called Bitch coming out, and her new single, I think, also called Bitch. And it's actually not a bad song. It's actually not that bad if you listen to it. But I think there's been a lot of critique around Lizzo recently around her when the type of music that she makes and like how people are starting to feel sort of annoyed by her sort of like, you know, sister, like we need to come together, you know, positive sort of like perspective that is through her music. A lot of people question it's like, if it's genuine enough. And I think honestly, that's annoying to me because I don't know what they are expecting from her, but she's sort of always been the artist that we've always loved. And yes, when she blew up, you know, 2022, and she was all like, she was the fat girl that was twerking and talking about how much she loved herself. Everyone lived for it and like are somehow not expecting, they're like expecting her to not talk about that anymore or like, especially post, you know, everything that she went through. And so it's just, for me, I feel like there's a lot of policing of like, one, why don't y'all want to hear happy music? Like, why y'all don't want to be happy? I understand there's a lot going on in like the world right now, but like, just because she is trying to fill a void and trying to give like inspirational music or whatever you want to define her music as, it doesn't mean that it's like not genuine. Like I actually think it is, and it just feels like is it wrong messenger? Is it if she was like a blonde hair, blue eye white girl, it would be more accepting, or is it just like like I don't really get a lot of the critiques around Lizzo specifically, and
I think
it bothers me. It does.
You know what? I'm actually like kind of on this train and also have to push back a little bit because like I saw the song pop up on my Instagram. I loved it. I love like the original song that she essentially like ripped the hook out of. Yeah. So like it was nice for me to see that, and I saved it. And then I went back and watched the video a couple of times. Not even actually, I watched it once. And before I read a single comment, my mind went, nah.
But hasn't she always been corny though? Hasn't she always been cringe? Like, I don't understand.
Well, a little, yeah, but that's exactly it. This is what I was saying earlier about the shit that like you and I loved at some point that the societal views on just sort of changed. And I think what feels maybe a little bit authentic or like difficult to feel inauthentic in that space is like we've had a long conversation about Lizzo as a society. Like
right.
We've gotten to have the like, I'm a strong girl, I'm a fat girl, I'm a black girl, and like we've gotten to have that feeling, and it doesn't feel authentic from her anymore. We've seen her story. She is a celebrity now. And so I think people, apparently myself included, like see the sort of like, I guess I won't speak for people. My feelings on it were like actually very reflective about the kind of art I can put out into the world and like how I speak. 'Cause a lot of art, since art is expression, a lot of it is like pain, is a lot of it is like the things that upset you. And I saw that video and I thought, God, she reads the comments too much while I'm out here reading comments. And that's what it feels like. It's like, we just don't need that from her.
The critique though, for me in the comments are actually proving her right in the music that she's talking about. Like she's talking about her own personal experience. Yeah. And that's why I don't understand why people are questioning if it's genuine or not, because it's literally what she's going through and what she's talking about. When rumors came out, that for me felt confusing because I was like, bitch, ain't nobody talking about you right now. There ain't no rumors.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? But at this point, post all of the things that kind of have happened over the years, it does actually feel like a reflection of what she's been going through and what she's sort of coming out of. And so it's like, I actually think this is the most genuine is.
Well, and that's not where the inauthenticity lies. I actually agree with you. I think it is genuine. It's the inauthenticity lies with, I guess, sort of what people expect her needs to be, where once again, she's been
She's
bullied.
like they're policing her in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, but she's been bullied for a decade, and people don't want to. Once again, maybe I shouldn't say people. Listening to the song and hearing her be like, yeah, and if you call me bad things, I'll be bad. First time, once again, I was like, yeah, bitch, exactly. Because that's
when Taylor Swift did it, though, with Reputation, I mean, people get
I hated that shit, too. Actually, it was terrible. It was horrible.
Actually, people hated that
yeah,
era.
Nobody wants to hear you, like, complain. And that, I think, is what is different, is after a certain period, I know it's probably therapeutic for Lizzo to like make this revenge get back out there. Like, no, I am a strong woman. You guys can't tear me down. But there's something that feels inauthentic to the experience of that with people. If you've been doing it for a decade, they're like, oh, girl, like me. I was like, wow, Lizzo, this is so strong. But also, girl, I don't care. Well, like, why are you fighting for yourself?
I don't know. I just think there's a lot of nuance with her being a black pop star. There's not enough space for black pop stars in general without them being like told that they should be making R&B music or or rap music. And so the fact that she's like singing more, she's taking up space the way she is, I think it actually informs her as a messenger and why people are not accepting to hear this message from her. And that's, for me, is a larger actual issue.
You say that. If somebody plays some Pink at me, I immediately shut down. I'm like, nah, this is for my mom. This is for weddings. Like, her you play Katy Perry at
Pink
me.
Pink is known as an icon or a legend, while that hoe be flipping up and down and around the stadium.
Not so for me, girl. I'm fighting that.
It's just different. Either way, that's the end of the show. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments on all the things that we've talked about. Follow us on social, Instagram and TikTok at Highkey here. Of course, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Do all the things. Continue to share. We love it. We have some great guests coming up. I'm very, very excited about our next guest. Yeah, we just have a lot of good things sort of coming up. And so, yeah, that's the show.
This show was made without AI, I hope. We have to start saying that. I don't know if it was. I feel like it does the AI dildo I have in right now count?
Clearly, you digital dildo.
Girl, let me cut this shit out. Goodbye.